This is going to be your weekly soulmate twin flame relationship reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're basically going to have a conversation between you and your person that I will facilitate. We're going to look at what's going on in both of your head spaces, your heart spaces, and take a look at what are the next steps. You know, what are you both feeling as next steps or hoping for in regards to your connection? Now, before we begin, we are going to take some overall themes and messages. I'd also love to know, what's your word of the day? What's your word of the week? What is it that you're thinking about right now in regards to your connection, or what would you like to see happen? Now, let's get this first message out, and we have here the future. Isn't it interesting that I just asked you, what would you like to happen? So the future card says finding a long-term harmonious relationship, coming soon, or commit. So is it that you want a full commitment, or do you want to find in general the harmony in the relationship? I think those are all things, of course, we do want, right? Let's take a look at the romance angels. Another theme or message. Okay, this says retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. It's Virgo season. And Virgo season means essentially being a hermit. I mean, the hermit card in tarot is Virgo energy. So to me, when I see this, I see a real connection to Virgo season. Now, the reason I say that especially is because it feels like this is a time to kind of lean back and not do anything drastic. You know, I would be mindful of your thoughts, your feelings, your words, your actions. Listen more than you speak. Amass information. I mean, what do Virgos do? They observe, right? And I mentioned this last week. I'm a Virgo myself. I observe. I take everything in. I look at body language. I listen to the words people use. You know, this helps me gain information in order to help analyze a situation. I like to take things from all angles. That's why whenever I'm teaching, I'm always looking at things from every angle imaginable. You know, it's never about a personal opinion. It's about looking at the bigger picture. So maybe right now you're in the process of taking in some information. The reason I also feel that that's really important is because the big energy is coming up on the 17th or 18th, depending on where you live in the world. I mean, that is the full moon in Pisces, which is a partial lunar eclipse. You might already be feeling the eclipse vibes. I know I started feeling it a little while ago. And definitely there's something brewing. I don't think anybody would deny that there's a bit of anxiousness or this feeling of something about to change or something about to happen. You know, I've mentioned it a couple times that it's not just the full moon, it's going to be the solar eclipse on October 2nd. And beyond that, I'm really feeling October 10th. Don't know why. Not because it's 10/10. I just keep hearing October 10th. It's come up quite a bit for me. So I'm processing it. I'm amassing information myself. You know, I'm taking it all in essentially. So let's see what else we need to know here. We have fulfilled. They only want you. Makes you feel complete, happy, content, and safe. Well, here's the thing. In order to feel fulfilled, we have to fill our own cup. Nobody can do that for us. And, you know, this is the one thing about cards sometimes that is a little tricky for me, because when I see makes you feel complete, I don't think that another person can really make us feel complete. I mean, I think that people can add something to our lives. That is more how I feel. We need to feel good first. What we do for ourselves helps attract and dictate the relationships that we have and that we keep. So, you know, sometimes we're looking for someone else to bring us the fulfillment or the happiness or the happiness, whatever it is. I don't know if I said happiness twice there, but anyways, it's something where it begins with us. So we need to feel happy, content, and safe. And ultimately, that helps attract things to us. Now let's take a look at the connection between the two of you. I have a tarot deck for each side. And I typically look at this side as you and this side as your person, but please feel free to swap sides if it makes more sense. So let's see what's going on in your headspace right now. What is it that you're thinking about? And justice, equal giving and receiving, and balance. Interesting that I mentioned Libra season. Justice is Libra. So let's see what else. We have here the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is asking, are you on the offensive or are you on the defensive? How many of you feel a little bit defensive at the moment, where it's almost like you have your back against a wall and you're not sure which direction to go? I do think that although the energy this week has been lighter, I think that there's been a lot of triggering and tension. And even so much so, when we mentioned the hermit energy earlier, how many of you have said, you know what, I'm better off alone. I'm gonna hermit myself. I don't want any part of this, that, whatever. And that's just a trigger. That's just the emotional pain body that's, sparking up. I know that at times relationships can be difficult. I don't think there's any denying that. But how we work through them is the most important thing. Some things are going to be for us, some things not. Some people for us, some people not. There's going to be good, there's going to be bad. Good people do bad things, bad people do good things. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be things and tests that we will encounter. So I do feel like there has been a bit of triggering. So if you're triggered, that's okay, but you have to look at the root as to why you're triggered by it, because we do want balance in our life. We're striving for that balance. And in your person's headspace, there's the Ace of Swords, and that is about truth and clarity, aha moments, epiphanies, and the Ace of Wands. Wow, we have two aces. Truth, passion, and forward motion. I love that. That makes me feel really good to start. Let's take a look at the heart space. What's going on in your heart space? Feelings, King of Swords. You might be feeling a little detached. Now, on top of that, Swords energy is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm coming back to what I was saying about Libra energy. Again, another example of air energy. Air or swords is thoughts and communication. So there's two ways we can look at this. You might be needing to be decisive, as in like deciding about your balance or about how to fulfill yourself or what this connection means or what you need to do. At the same time, it could be that you feel a little detached, where again, you might be feeling triggered. You might be saying, no, I'm going to put these walls up. This didn't go my way. I'm going to put my walls up. See, this happened again. I've got my walls up. So you've got to ask yourself, what is the energy to you? Is it just meaning I need to be more decisive and logical and not let my emotions get the best of me? Or is it triggering and just saying I'm going to detach completely or be numb, Let's see. Yeah, the Five of Cups. Some of you may be feeling disappointed and sad, and there could even be some grief in the air, The grief has been very heavy for a lot of people recently. And, even today is the anniversary of my father's passing. It's been 2 years. And, I think the day is a bit of mixed energy for me personally. I do feel good. At the same time, of course, I miss my dad and I have memories and such. But I do look at this day as more of a celebration of his life and the things that he did for me and what he meant to me and how he influenced me in so many ways. So I, on a side note, thank you to all of you who've shown me that support with my dad. It really means a lot to me. Now, in regards to your own energies, if you're feeling the disappointment, the detachment, the defensiveness, it's almost like 3D. Disappointment, defensive, and detached. You kind of have to feel what you feel, even if it's for a little bit, and then move yourself forward. You gotta kind of snap out of it a little bit. You've got to restore the balance to your life. Now, let's take a look on your person's side here, what's going on in their heart space. It's funny, as I was talking about my dad and grieving my cat, Pandora, or Pandy, as you know her, she jumped up and tried to, rub against me and, put her little face against the side of the table. So if she shakes the camera, sorry about that, but she wants to put her spin on the reading. So let's see. Oh, so there we go. She's hitting the table here. In your person's heart space, there's the star, and the star is healing and blessings and wishes coming true. And Four of Swords, healing. You know, the star would be like the major arcana version of the Four of Swords. So it's kind of interesting how the energy feels heavier possibly on your side than it actually is on the other. And sometimes that happens, you know, it flip-flops. So let's see what's going on for the next steps. Like, what are you thinking about as next steps? If you're feeling defensive, detached, and disappointed, let's see what you need to know about that. Everything's going to be okay. All you have to do is kind of walk through that gate or walk through that portal. Ten of Pentacles means tangible fulfillment. It means having everything in line, you know? And with that, there's the Eight of Pentacles. So it's kind of interesting that the next steps are very tangible things, as in like realistic, like do the work. You've got work to do. Get back at it, you know? Every day's a new day. And when you work hard enough, and it's not even just working hard. I don't even know if I like that term. I always say work smart, not hard. You know, work towards a goal, set some intention, see where it takes you, because there is the Ten of Pentacles, which says you're going to walk through that portal and, you know, you're going to have that abundance. So let's see what's going on for your person. Like, what are the next steps for them? What are they thinking as the next steps? Oh, I love, love, love this. I'm going to read it to you, okay? Because I never have the book in front of me, but ever since I was organizing my cards and putting them back in the boxes, this is so important. You're going to want to hear this, okay? This is called Angel de la Nuit. And I want you to look at the card. Sorry, I keep wanting to put it down. There's such beautiful imagery. This is a very special bonus card in this deck. And this message is so beautiful. And I think, let me just see here. I think that this card, you know, it's funny. There's like a little wedge in the book because I've looked at it so many times in the past. Okay, let me tell you what it says. I am the angel of night. If you've picked me up, then my message to you is that your inner night is soon coming to an end. You may have walked in darkness for some time, but soon, very soon, a new full moon will rise and will show you the way. Interesting, we talked about the full moon eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, coming very soon. My phosphorescent butterflies are here to guide you. Believe in luck, believe in me, believe in you. My black soft wings are protecting you from now on. Into your ear, I whisper my sweet lullaby. Have no fear, honey. Everything is going to be fine. The night is nothing to be afraid of anymore, and the warm sun that you hold within is ready to shine again. Interesting that we're talking about the moon and the sun, and that is eclipse energy. Wow. I just love that that came in. Everything's going to be okay. Now, let's take a look at the next step here as well. Two of Swords, you have a decision. They have a decision. Are we in the old? Are we in the new? Are we willing to put ourselves out there, even when it's difficult, even when there's triggering? Because right now, this is really nice energy sort of taking the lead and making you feel safe, you know? And that word came up earlier, like safe, content. Okay, let's take a look at the energies here. In your headspace, let's get an oracle card. Everything's going to be okay. Divinely guided. Okay, in your person's headspace, there's a bit of that Five of Cups energy that you have over here. But it's almost like the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands is showing some truth and some passion to move forward. Like, this is crying over spilled milk. This is regrets, accidents, you know, mistakes. But it's also saying leave it in the past. Let it go. It even says, like, minor problems. Okay, everybody's got their stuff. But this is saying let it go. There's like a change here to let it go. Now, in your heart space, the Woman card is telling you to receive. And I know how hard it is to be in that feminine energy and to trust that everything's going to work out okay. You know, it's never easy. How badly do you want it? That's the question. This is the olive branch, and that's such beautiful energy because it's all about surrender, coming to terms. Interesting, surrender with this healing, double healing in the heart. It can also be extending the olive branch, right? And let's see, oops, I'm dropping things off the table here. And the next steps, let's see. The clock, everything in divine timing. Everything has a way of working itself out. Wow. And here we go, book burning now. 5-5, letting some things go from the past, right? Big changes ahead. Got to burn the narrative of the old stuff. Wow, I find this to be a very powerful reading. Before I get some final messages, again, I want to thank you always for watching my videos, your likes, your comments. Please subscribe. It really helps the algorithm, helps people find my videos, and it means a lot to me. What I think I want to do right now is I want to take a power of surrender card for each side. What do you need to surrender or surrender to? And we have surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Beautiful. Okay, for your person, we have surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Again, I really hope this resonates with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you an amazing day.